This is the story of Jeffrey Epstein, a man whose life, wealth, and crimes touched the highest levels of power, and whose downfall revealed a vast network of abuse, secrecy, and unanswered questions. Jeffrey Edward Epstein was born in Brooklyn, New York, in 1953. He began his adult life as a teacher, but quickly moved into the world of high finance, rising to manage money for the ultra-rich. Over time, he developed a reputation not just as a financier, but as someone who understood and exploited the world's elite. But Epstein's life of luxury hid an even darker reality. In the mid-2000s, allegations began to surface about Epstein's involvement with underage girls in Florida, where victims said they were lured with money for so-called massages that were anything but innocent. Instead of a full federal prosecution, Epstein struck a controversial plea deal in 2008, pleading guilty to prostitution-related charges involving minors, and serving just 13 months in jail, a deal later criticized as grossly lenient and a violation of victims' rights. The Netflix documentary, Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich, brought the victims' voices to the forefront. Survivors shared how Epstein and his associate Ghislaine Maxwell recruited and abused young girls, and how his wealth and connections helped silence them for years. Other documentaries and series, like Surviving Jeffrey Epstein and Epstein's Shadow, Ghislaine Maxwell, dug into the network of enablers, people who surrounded Epstein or helped conceal his crimes. Arrest and death. In July 2019, Epstein was arrested again, this time on federal charges of sex trafficking minors across state lines. But before he could stand trial, he was found dead in his jail cell in August 2019. Authorities ruled it a suicide, though that conclusion remains a source of controversy and speculation. For years, investigators, lawmakers, and the public demanded full disclosure of all documents related to Epstein's cases. After sustained pressure, the Epstein Files Transparency Act mandated the release of millions of pages of records, including court filings, interviews, financial documents, flight logs, and other evidence collected by the U.S. Department of Justice. In late 2025 and early 2026, more than 3 million pages of documents were made public. The files included thousands of images and videos, though many were heavily redacted, and some were later removed after sensitive victim information was inadvertently exposed. The release did not end the controversy. Survivors and lawmakers condemned the files as incomplete, arguing that significant portions remain withheld and that powerful individuals connected to Epstein may still be hidden from public scrutiny. Investigations continue into connections hinted at in the documents, ties to politicians, business leaders, and international figures. Some reports even include unverified claims involving global leaders' wealth management or associations. Critics argue that many files are so redacted they offer little context, leaving more questions than answers, and sparking continued demands for full transparency. Today, the Epstein saga is more than a true crime story. It's a lens on how wealth and power can shield wrongdoing. It's a stark reminder of the pain survivors endured and continue to endure. And it's a call for justice in a case that many believe has not been fully resolved. The Epstein files are out, but the public still wants to know what was in the parts that remain hidden. And the question lingers: how deep did the network go, and who else might be revealed?